Your potential is like gold you never claimed. Here's the interesting thing about potential. Everybody has it. There's only those who either recognize they have it or those who don't. In fact, there are two subcategories for those who recognize that they have it. It's those who recognize that they have it and do nothing about it, and those who recognize they have it and act on it. In this video, I'll ensure that you become the individual who recognizes it and acts on it. So your potential is like the three forms of water, H2O. There's gas, liquid, and solid. Whether you recognize it or not, your potential is in a gas-like state, right? It's evaporated. And your ability to recognize it and start acting on it turns it into liquid. And your ability to recognize it, start acting on it, and do it consistently long enough up until you see it, the fruits of your labor, then turns it into a solid. But as long as, ice melts when you don't keep it in the fridge, right? Same with your potential. It melts away when you fail to act on it. It melts away when you fail to continue to act on it, sorry. But what allows an individual to be able to recognize their potential is their ability to see themselves as worthy. The problem with most people in society have is they don't feel as if they are worthy of attaining the things that they desire, worthy of attaining anything, worthy of even having the skill or potential. But your ability to recognize your own potential is honestly the start of all your greatness. Stop waiting for others to recognize your potential. A lot of people often get told, oh my God, you've got a lot of potential, or you're amazing at what you do. And they go, thank you, yet they do nothing about it. They do nothing about it. So there's no point to your potential if others recognize it and you don't. The most important person who should be able to recognize your potential is yours. Yeah, I swear to God, your potential is like gold undiscovered. Right? If you know there's gold dug deep down in a certain area on the ground, you dig for long, like unmeasurable amount of time until you find it. Why? Because you understand the value of it. Once harnessed, once in your grasp, you understand the value of it, and your potential is just like that. Everybody has potential. Most people just don't recognize their own. So they never even begin to start acting on the things that they truly desire. But your ability to recognize your potential comes down to your self-worth. And a lot of people in life deem themselves unworthy of attaining the things that they desire based on their just inability to recognize their own qualities. And you know what the real reason is? They've outsourced their validation so much they're relying on the world to tell them how good they are. Relying on the world to tell them how great they are, or how pretty they are, or how much skill that they have. Yet they fail to harness any of it even when told. You must be able to recognize your qualities, what makes you likable, what makes you great, the effect on which you have on people. And the only individual who should be able to recognize it is yourself. But, potential is like talent. We all have a friend or individual that we know that everybody, the whole world could recognize their talent. However, they just are like, oh yeah, I know I'm talented. Yeah. But they do nothing with it. So they just waste away at a job that they don't like, at a lifestyle they don't like. Why? Because they don't think they're worthy of acting on it or attaining it. Or attaining on it. Attaining what it is that other people say that they're able to do. So that's why it's more important for you, the individual, to recognize your own potential. And that comes down to you being able to recognize the qualities that make you unique. You are an authentic human being. Every human being has a unique fingerprint. 8 billion people, and we all have a unique fingerprint, a unique energetic signature. There are qualities to us as individuals, right, that are so unique and that cannot be contained. Although other people may have similar versions of it, it's different because it is ours, it is yours. So, not being able to recognize your own potential is knowing that there's gold dug beneath the ground and not digging the gold for you to claim the reward. And it all comes down to your self-worth. So how do you deem yourself more worthy? How do you recognize your own potential, right? By, first of all, canceling out the noise of the world. Don't worry about what people say about you unless it's pleasant or unless it somehow resonated with you long enough. And then the next advice I would offer is do a lot of soul searching. Not even soul searching, just self-reflection. Write down all the qualities of yourself that people admire. Maybe even you admire of yourself. And the longer you go to recognize these things, you then form a list of all the qualities about yourself that you do like. And you see which one that stands out the most. And that is what it is that you act on. Don't be the individual who everybody recognizes their potential, but they can't look themselves in the mirror and recognize it. Because then you go nowhere in life. There's no point of it. So many people in this life have wasted potential. So many people in this life are the gold, but they just fail to dig. Don't be that person. Don't be the person who everybody can recognize their greatness. However, they just can't recognize it within themselves. You deserve everything that is you desire to attain. The amount of people in this world that will never recognize their own greatness because they're too busy externalizing their validation, externalizing the potential everybody else sees in them. Sad. And it all comes down to your self-worth. And your self-worth is what it is that you think you are worthy of attaining. I want you to pose to yourself this question. In a material world where you take nothing with you when you die, so you die the same way that you were born and you take nothing with you, what is it that you're unworthy of? You've only been made to believe the things that you respect and admire are worthy of attaining. But you, the individual, the one having the human experience, are the most important thing in this world. All the experiences you desire to have require you first for the experience to occur. The job that you desire requires you first for you to have that experience. You, the individual, are so important. You are so divinely connected to everything in this world. You are made of the same substances that the stars in the sky that you seem to admire are made out of. Yet you fail to recognize your own divinity. You fail to recognize your own potential. Don't be that individual who could be the greatest thing in the world, but you fail to recognize it because you're too busy externalizing your validation or thinking as if you're not enough. Everything comes down to you thinking you're not enough, like you're enough right now. Don't tie your self-worth to your ability to make what? Printed paper? Digits on a screen? That's where you calculate your potential on? Brother, you're so much more than that. Sister, brother or sister, or whatever. You're so much more than that. You're so much more than that. You have so much amazing qualities, right? That you can learn to harness and turn into something great. Yet you fail to recognize it. Your potential is like gold dug underneath the ground. So be the individual that digs long enough to see the fruits of their labor. It's been your boy KPOV. Thank you guys for watching. Share with a friend. Comment down below and like. And I'll catch you guys soon.